Am I the asshole for uninviting my fiance's work wife from our wedding? I'm sorry. The fact that he has a work wife, no go for me. And secondly, how did she get invited to the wedding in the first place? See, that work wife shit never flew with me. Thankfully, my husband ain't never been in a situation where he had any work wife or nothing like that. Because guess what? The only thing work should be is a co-worker. Work wife? My ass. Well, we shall see. So I, 29 female, am supposed to be marrying the love of my life, 31 male, in a few months. We've been planning this wedding for over a year, and it's been a beautiful but stressful experience. But there's one person casting a shadow over everything, and that's my fiance's work wife, Lily, 30 female. Let me backtrack a little. My fiance and Lily have been friends and co-workers for over 5 years. At first, I was honestly relieved he had a good friend at work, especially since his job can be demanding and a bit isolating. I tried to be the cool, understanding partner who wasn't bothered by how close they were. But over time, their bond became, well, it became something I just don't know how to handle. Lily is a huge part of his life. They text constantly, often late into the night, about everything from work issues to little jokes. She knows things about him that I sometimes don't, and it stings to realize how much he turns to her for advice and laughs instead of me. My fiance reassures me that they're just friends and she's his work wife, and that is no big deal. But it feels like she's gotten so close that I'm sometimes the one on the outside looking in. See, absolutely not. When somebody asks me who's your best friend, my husband. Who he chatting with? Why you need to be chatting with her? Or I am not the jealous type, but if my husband is actively talking to another woman all hours of the night, even if it's just joke and text, it becomes a what is going on? There's a certain level of respect that needs to happen. What do you mean? How are y'all having jokes and I'm not included in it? So you the outcast, but you supposed to be the wife? Because I'd be like, maybe you need to go marry her, since y'all are so close. So she become your real wife, and we not play this facade, because we not about to have a threesome here. As we got deeper into our wedding planning, Lily started chiming in with her opinions. See, she don't know her place. That's why when you got that title as work wife, yeah, she don't know her place. She has suggestions about our venue. It doesn't feel like him. Our flowers. He's never liked bright colors, remember? And even my dress, mentioning offhandedly that she knew his style and could help me pick something he'd love. I tried to laugh it off, but it hurt more than I wanted to admit. Here I am planning my wedding, and I felt like I had to measure up with her view of who my fiance is. Last week was our engagement party, and it was supposed to be such a happy day, but I kept noticing Lily glued to his side. I tried to join their conversations, but every time she'd bring up a work story and inside joke that left me feeling like a third wheel at my own engagement. Then, in one of the worst moments, I walked up just as she was saying, if you change your mind, you could always... if you change your mind, you could always marry me instead. My heart sank. I didn't know if she was joking or half serious, but my fiance laughed, brushing it off like it was no big deal. See, that would have been it for me. Yeah, that's why it's having that work wife nonsense, work husband, boundaries are bound to get crossed. Because the only thing when you recognize the words what a wife is, a work wife, or y'all bringing food to each other, y'all keeping little jokes, absolutely not. We not doing no work wife, no work husband nonsense, because now Lily don't know her place. Lily thinks because she knows him, how long you been with this man? Because you've been planning a wedding for over a year. How long have you been with him versus how long him and Lily been working together? Because not she over here criticizing everything you doing because she claims she knows your man better than you. And listen, that whole comment would have sent me through the roof. Because I'd have been walked over and said, you know what? Maybe you should. Maybe y'all should marry. Then it's going to be like, oh, you're overreacting. You don't make comments like that. Because I'd have snapped off. That'd have been it for me. that would have been it for me. Because not you feeling like a full outcast in your whole about to get married. And he's just like, ha, it is what it is. I couldn't just let it go. I pulled my fiance aside later that night and told him how inappropriate her comment was. He looked at me surprised and said I was taking it too seriously and that Lily was just playing around. I felt like I was going crazy, like maybe I was seeing something that wasn't there. But how would anyone be okay hearing that from someone so close to their fiance? The last straw came toward the end of the night. Lily had a few drinks and she came up to me asking if I was really okay with how close they are. She said something like, I can't imagine him with anyone else. It felt like a knife to my chest. I wanted to scream, but instead I just walked away. Later, I told my fiance I didn't want her at our wedding. That it was too painful to have someone there who clearly saw herself as part of our relationship. He got defensive, saying I was overreacting and letting jealousy ruin a friendship he cherishes. He even implied that uninviting her would damage his reputation at work. And now he barely talking to me because he says I'm making him choose between his best friend and his fiance. He wouldn't even have to choose, baby. He wouldn't have to choose. Because you got me all the way messed up. Because what do you mean? If I tell my husband I'm uncomfortable with somebody or I'm comfortable with something, that's it. There's no questions. He's talking about his work reputation is going to be messed. Is she his boss? Does she have pull in getting something done to him at work? Because how do you say the comments you make of you're going to mess up my work reputation if I don't invite her to the wedding? You're making me choose between my best friend and my fiance. How is that a choice? Some of y'all just be letting situations happen to y'all. Sometimes it's okay to just walk away. Because think about it, you're not even his wife yet, and you're already dealing with this shit. So Matt, and then he's not even standing up for you. He is literally picking her over you. And you're just like, well, I don't know what to think anymore. I feel hurt, small, and like my feelings don't matter. My friends support me, but his friends think I'm overreacting and letting insecurity ruin our relationship. Am I the one blowing this up, or am I in the right to want some respect and boundaries? Am I the asshole for asking him to uninvite her from our wedding after everything that's happened? You're not the asshole. I'm telling you, that whole work wife couldn't fly with me. Couldn't fly with me. If there was another woman that was coming, I felt that was coming between my husband, my fiance at the time, and our relationship, and he was like, I don't want to have to choose between my best friend and my fiance, baby, you would not have to choose at all. I'd have choose for you. I'd have packed up my shit and you would never saw me again. Now, you can worry about your work wife. You can go ahead and marry her, and y'all could run off into the sunset. I just won't be here because I don't want to be a third wheel in my own relationship with my man. Nah. If they so close, why don't they be together? I could not. I would seriously sit down and have a serious talk with your fiance. A serious talk. Say, listen, we need to talk. We need to put everything on the table. If you and then at the end of that conversation, but even before you do that, go and sit down and write down everything you want to say. Because 9 times out of 10, when we want to say things, our emotions get the best of us and we don't get everything we want to get out. Go and write down everything that you want to say. Tell him that you need to have a serious discussion and come ready to talk. If at the end of that discussion, he still says he wants to have her at the wedding, I would honestly just walk away. I will walk away. What? Wedding planning? I'd have said leave. I would have left. I'm the petty one. I would leave everything as is. Cancel. He'd have came home one day. The ring would have been on the table with a note said the wedding is off. Good luck to you and Lily. End of discussion.